Alright, lesson 119. We are going to do 4 squares that are 4 different sizes and 4 different colors. So let's get into this. We are going to use, as you can see, we're going to use my blocks, loops, and variables. There's going to be some new stuff in here. So I'm going to walk you through this and just watch the video and help figure out to the end. Okay? So we want to draw 4 squares of each different color that are different sizes. Now we could obviously code that, but that might take too long. So let's use some of the skills that we have, and then let's learn a new skill here today. All right? Okay. So we have our normal start. We're on the art canvas playground. Get myself situated here. Very good. All right. Our normal start, I'm going to use my normal start block, which is velocity to 100 and time to 100. Okay, we already have that. Now let's get started with, let's get our pen, move our robot pen down, and get going. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is let's do red first. Okay, so let's do some red blocks. Alright, now we're going to start with the red blocks. Now it could be easy. We could obviously, we're going to draw a square. So that's going to take 4 times. We're going to drive forward, set them out. We're going to turn right 90 degrees. Alright, if we do that, we got ourselves a square. No big deal. Now, if we were going to do this again, a different size square, then we're going to have to turn right. Alright, we're going to turn, we'd have to turn towards heading 90, and then we repeat this. Okay, but it's got to be a different size. 500. Okay, and you could keep doing that. Ended up with 4 different sizes, 4 different colors, and keep doing that. But a better way is to do it this way. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to introduce a variable. Okay, we're going to make a variable, and this variable is going to be called, let's call it side. Alright, the size of our side. Alright, so we got a new variable here called side. And we're going to use this set my variable. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this guy. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have the robot choose what size it's going to make for us. So over here in the green, we have a pick random. We're going to come over here to pick random. And inside of pick random, we're going to tell the robot to choose a random. So I want my walls somewhere between 111 to 222. So the robot now is going to pick a random number. Okay, I'm going to slip that in here. So what this says is move the robot pen down, set my variable to pick a random number between 111 and 222. Okay, I want to move those, set the robot pen to red because I said I'm doing red first. And then right here where it says move forward 200, instead of moving forward 200, that's where I want my, whatever the computer decided, I want that right there. So let's see what he does. Alright, it it's not working because notice it says set my variable. I forgot to change my variable to side. There we go. Now I want to set side to pick that. I had that wrong. So let's stop that, rerun that. Here we go again. Boom. Very good. Okay, so it was that big. Now if I run it again, I'll get one randomly. So this one is smaller than that one. Alright, so you get different sizes. Great. Now what if I wanted it to do this 4 times? Okay, so to get this guy to do it 4 times, all I need to do is to repeat this from here. Okay, all I need to do is to repeat this 4 times. So let's get our turn right 90 degrees. Yep, let's move that in here. Check this, get rid of that. And I want this whole thing repeated 4 times. And we could do it more than 4 times, but 4 times is going to get us what we need. Will show us enough of the differences. You could do 7 times, you could do 10 times. Alright? Don't do 5,000 times. So he's going to go up, he's going to go over, up, over. Now he's going to turn right. I got a different size. Okay? So he keeps going and going. So if I did, and it all depends on what I change these guys to. If I change these guys to 500 to 700, and then I could get bigger ones like that. If I changed it from 7 to 700, I could get even a wider range. I might get a big one, I might get a super small one. So this random here is your choice, but it'll still generate 4 for you. Okay? Now, this is absolutely perfect. And it generates 4 different size squares of a certain color. Alright? So this is all we need to do. So we can come here to My Blocks. Let's make a block and let's call it red square. So red square is this guy right here. This will do our red squares. So we want to do our red squares after that. Now to do our, we're going to need black squares. We're going to go ahead and make that. We're going to go ahead and make green squares. So we got red squares, we got black squares, we need blue squares. Okay, now I'm going to hide this. I got my red squares, black squares, blue squares, and green squares. So I'm just going to duplicate this whole thing. Slide that over here. This is going to be my greens. Alright, I'm going to change this number. So this, I'm going to go back. Let's see. We did 7 to 127, whatever. So I'm going to make this a different size. I'm going to do this like 200 to 700. You can't go bigger than 900 in this spot right here. Okay, so this is supposed to be green. And then I'm going to duplicate this again. And these are my blues. And it was, let's see, let's do a different set of numbers for this. Let's do something like, I'm going to do 200 to 400 here. I'm going to do 400 to 600 here, so I have a pattern and I can see it growing. All right, and then my black squares, I'm going to do 700 to 900. Okay, turn you guys black, turn you blue, so over here I just want to do, and I can do any order: red, black, blue, and green. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, so there you go. It looks like a disjointed picture. So I have 4 squares from each color that are different sizes, and done with that. And our coding was pretty simple. Alright, we just used some My Blocks and some loops and introduced a variable. Okay, now if you wanted to, obviously you could go over here and you could have it repeat. I could just have this thrown in here and it would repeat it 10 times. Alright, so there you go. We ran it 10 times, ended up with a pattern like that. So no, you don't need this. You just need 4. You just need our original one. 4 different squares of different sizes. 4 for each color.